Alright, we'll be live streaming, so that's starting in a second. So, alright, let's go to the map of Avernus for a recap. Okay, so you guys are currently at the Mirror of Mephistar. You've been cruising around Avernus, making allies, making enemies, fighting warlords, scavenging, building your strength, and looking for the Sword of Zariel, so you can use it to try and save Elturel somehow. Lulu hopes that you can present the sword to Zariel and she'll remember that she was an angel and who her friends are and whatnot. So you're looking for these adamantine rods at the same time. It's one of the many quests that you guys have. You found 3, and there are 9 in total. Bell, the former ruler of Avernus, has promised you to reveal the location of the Bleeding Citadel if you can find all 9 rods. However, you guys took a little bit of a shortcut. Upon arriving at the mirror, you were contacted by an emissary of Mephistopheles, the ruler of Cania, the 8th layer of the Hells, and you're offered a bargain. Dam a section of the river Styx that flows into the pit of Shumrath. In return, you'll be gifted great knowledge. And that knowledge was the way of either a permanent +1 bonus to intelligence and wisdom scores, or the gift of asking any question you like and receiving a correct answer. Zygon asked for the location of the Sword of Zariel, basically the Bleeding Citadel, and that was revealed to be here. I mean, it seems like it's in close proximity to Elturel, but you guys know how hell works. There's no such thing as nautical directions, measurements, distances, or time. Everything is warped to the whim of the gods. And Alandir, he asked for the password to get into the Hellrider Crypt. And that is for glory. That's the password that you guys have been seeking. So, you're at a stage now where you have 3 adamantine rods for Bell, but you've already learnt where the scab is. We ended the session with Raven going to ask his question at the Mirror of Mephistar. So, it's your turn next, Raven. You may want to consult other party members.
I think we should ask how to turn Zariel back to the light.
Seems like a solid choice.
There we go. How do we turn Zariel back to the light?
Alright, as you guys are having this conversation, discussing what your plan of action is, Zygon's just hanging out on the Tormentor of Nez and Alandir, and all of a sudden he gets taken over by the Hidden Lord. You start to see this flame erupt around Zygon, and he transforms into this pseudo pit fiend, and he just yells to you all,
I've got a little bit of unfinished business. Something just occurred to me. I'll catch up.
and he just takes off with Ness and Alandir.
Bye.
Otto yells, bring back some res scrolls.
And french fries.
They won't have any use to Nez after selling her soul. Alright, so you approach the mirror, Raven. It's about 20 foot tall. It looks like a shard of ice sticking up out of the ground. It's highly reflective. You can see Cania beyond, and the Cambion frozen with a pot of boiling water in its hand. It defrosts itself so it can speak. And it defrosts itself.
Congratulations. You have successfully dammed the river Styx. You have come to seek your reward. You may ask one question and receive a true answer, or have your mind filled with the power of Mephistar and receive great and permanent increase to your knowledge.
How can we turn Zariel back to the light?
So that will be your question.
That is my question.
The Cambion completely freezes over.
To turn Zariel back to the light, you must reach to her. You must exploit her weaknesses. Present to her the sword of Zariel and what she treasures the most. For every treasure you bring in front of her will weaken her hate and will bring her resolve. She will be enlightened to the goodness around her if you present her with such goodness.
Before Rigrath completely freezes up, it tips the entire pot of boiling water of itself, fully defrosts itself, and flies off into the blizzard, obscured by thick snow and fog.
Alright, well that seems simple enough.
What? I couldn't quite hear what Rigrath was saying, Raven, but I heard your question. You said that you wanted to see how to redeem Zariel?
That's right.
Then what
We
did
have
the
to
thingy say?
we have to find things she treasured, like you and her sword, and find any other treasures or happy memories she has to try to weaken the hate.
Do you think she'll remember me?
I think the power of friendship demands it.
You're right, Raven. Yes. She'll see me, and then she'll remember me, and then we'll use the sword to redeem Zariel. Is that right, Otto? You'll help us, won't you? Otto?
The holly plant hovers about 4 feet off the ground, face to face with you. If you're there.
Oh, it's a mute.
I'm sorry, you talking to Otto?
Yeah.
Sorry, what was the question again?
She was asking if you'd help.
Help to free Zariel from the evil.
Otto says, yeah, sure. Sorry, I was being distracted, my bad.
Well, that's okay. You're probably still trying to get your memories back. You know, I lost my memories too. But I've started to recover them. Maybe you'll recover them as well. It was
I
Zariel
hope.
who sent me. She sent me away. Just before she was about to be turned. She gave me her sword. Me and Yale, we took it, and we flew off, so it didn't fall into the wrong hands. And Yale, Zariel's most loyal Hellrider, she plunged it into a rock, and I called on every ounce of my goodness in my heart, and I raised a shield around it, a fortress against evil. And Yale, well, I don't remember what happened to her.
When Lulu recalls this memory to you, Otto, you hear this really loud ear-ringing sound, and you get a flash of a memory in your mind. You find yourself standing in a temple with golden walls and 4 blurry figures wearing armor standing next to what looks like a gleaming longsword. You try to make out their faces, but you're not able to. And all of a sudden, you kind of get stunned for a brief moment. You almost collapse. Lulu flies up underneath you and catches you and says,
Are you okay?
Otto clutches his head. I don't know, he triggered something. It's like in the back of my mind. It's fuzzy though.
That's good. See, that's the power of friendship. The more we spend time together, the more you remember. Just like I did.
Surely it must mean something.
Maybe it's your destiny to join us. You got nowhere else to go, so you may as well tag along. We'll get you to safety. Once we save Eltero, you can come back there with us. It's really nice. There's a garden, and there's temples, and there's a market, and flowers.
Sounds lovely.
Isn't that right,
And
Bargo?
I do owe these guys for getting me out of that tower.
Exactly. But hey, I would have done it no matter what. I don't need no repayment. I did it because that's what's right. That's the good thing to do.
You're good people, Lulu.
Oh, thank you. I'm people. Alright. Well, I'm ready.
And Lulu just jumps in the Gorguts. She's gonna jump in the Chomper.
Wherever you guys want to go next, I'm with you.
Alright, well, do we still need to get the adamantine rods now that we know where it is?
That is a good question.
Because we won't
What
go up
do
any
the
levels.
adamantine rods do? What are their purpose?
I don't know, but I'm thinking if we get them, we could probably bargain for something else. Like ice cream or something.
That sounds good. I'm willing to go all around Avernus and risk my life for ice cream.
Awesome, because friends like ice cream.
Want it melt?
No, it's spicy.
Magic ice cream. Alright.
So how do you feel about looking for these rods? That's 6 more rods to find, and you've just got these vague clues. Well, you got a decent idea of where these locations may be. Raven suggests using them as a bidding tool. Bell is very resourceful. Secretly
That is true.
opposes Mario.
Do we level up by getting more rods? Because that's an incentive as well.
Out
sure, there's
of
other
game,
level up.
it is a milestone, but it's not one that's necessary. I will definitely progress
Bargle-
the story in a different way. It's completely up to you guys. There's no set way to do things. You guys make the story, and your actions dictate what happens in this world.
Bargo will be perfectly fine getting the rest of them. Yeah, you'd agree with Raven, bargaining power. I like that.
Yeah. Maybe we'll find something else we need.
Nico says, "Okay, then I am going to drive the Gorguts."
Okay, Nico, take us to the Hell Rider crypty thing,
He
since
very,
we now have the password.
he very mechanically jumps in the driver's seat. You guys all jump on. Don't worry about your positions, unless it becomes relevant. So it depends on really where you guys end up. Okay, so no track of the scavenger or Gorguts, but as you guys are burning fuel, they'll be burning fuel as well. But you just don't know where those other guys are. Hopefully you'll find them. Who knows what Gargorth has in mind. Don't forget he is a pit fiend and this is his playground. Alright, so yeah, you've got the password now for the Crypt of the Hell Riders. So Nico's going to drive, and who wants to navigate? Anyone can navigate. If you've been there before, which everyone has, it's going to be a 2d8.
Alright, I'll navigate, I guess. Wow.
Raven.
It's the last time I ever navigate.
I'm going to get you to roll me some more dice, Raven, but just hold up. I'm gonna check something. Roll me a 1d8, please. You're cruising along the hellscape of Avernus, and Raven's trying to navigate you to the Crypt of the Hellriders. But instead, the cartographer speaks to you and says, Mahadi's Wandering Emporium has a knack for showing up when you least expect it. And you've arrived at the Wandering Emporium instead. You see the horseshoe-shaped, colourful tents, and you're just kind of seeing it in the horizon, appearing through the rust-coloured clouds that obscure most of the horizon.
What the heck is he doing by the Crypt of the Hellriders?
I think we took a wrong turn, but we didn't make any turn.
We should have made that left at Albuquerque.
That's a problem. You did make the left at Albuquerque.
Alright, well, do you guys want to go in?
I don't know. I don't need anything, I don't think.
No, I don't either.
Shopping, supplies, a night away from hell. Other than that, if you're not interested in shopping.
Alright, I don't think we have enough
Give a
money.
wave as we drive by.
Yep.
Alright, Mahadi's
Someone else try this time.
He's getting up to greet you and he just looks disappointed when you guys just keep on driving by it.
I'm moving. Alright, someone else navigate. I'm having a nap.
Raven hands off this map. As you guys have been traveling, you're not yet tired as well. Like, I mean, I think we already did a lot of con saves for exhaustion already, but it hasn't been another 24-hour period, so you don't have to worry about exhaustion. You can keep going. He hands off this map, and it's either Bargle or Otto, or if you guys really want Lulu.
Bart will give it a shot. He's never navigated before. I'll do it. Let's see if I can do it first time.
You've got the map upside down and back to front, and roll us a 2d8. Oh my goodness.
One end of the spectrum to the other.
You guys are notorious for not getting to the right location. If you haven't figured out how
Like
this
at the
works,
Emporium?
if you roll 2 of the same dice, you don't get to the location you're looking to go to. It's happened that often, that many times for you guys, that I think I should just tell you now. Because it's just ridiculous. It's so crazy. It just leads you into all these unexpected locations. Alright, Bargle, you can roll me a 1d8, please. Let's see where you end up. It's going to be completely random.
Watch us end up at the sword.
Not quite. Alright, it's only a couple more hours that has gone by. You're starting to run a little bit low on soul fuel, but I mean, there's still a good 24 hours in the Gorguts, 38 hours in the Scavenger. You've still got about 9 days worth of rations or something like that as well. And you hear the cartographer say, when it loads, he'll say something. The Styx is the demon's gateway into the 9 hells. The devils keep a watchful eye on its shores. And you have arrived at the Styx watchtowers. Immediately you feel these bleeding eyes looking down at you. There are spine devils atop this dome or circular castle. It's like it's a mini castle about 50 feet tall.
Okay, could this be one of the places where there's a rod?
I'll show you that handout again and I'll leave you to decide that.
Let's see.
Immediately you've already been spied by devils, and yeah, you couldn't get by one of these things without being spotted unless you're invisible. And there's another outpost
where souls are watched. That might be this place.
A spine devil is going to fly down. And he starts questioning you guys. So this is like an isometric view. And I'll put you guys on the top-down view as well. You've been to this watchtower before. You had to register when you were riding along the river Styx, and you guys got whipped by an amnesu. So the spine devil flies down, and he stays a good distance away from the weapons of Gorguts. He eyes the war machine. He's seen many of these before, so he's 30 feet away from any of the melee weapons. And he looks down at you guys and says,
State your business, mortals.
I'm looking for an adamantine rod. I heard you might have one here.
Adamantine rod.
Yes.
This is not an adamantine rod tower. This is a watchtower. Are you looking to get watched?
Yeah. And we're looking for an adamantine rod.
Have you traveled just now alongside the river Styx? Or have you traveled on the river Styx within the past 9 days?
I don't think so.
you definitely have. So if you say no, that would be a lie. Deception.
Oh, well, then yes, I have.
Then,
Yeah.
have you registered?
We're on a mission for Bell.
Have you registered?
Did I register?
Did we last time we were here?
Maybe you weren't here, but yeah, you definitely registered.
Yeah, we registered.
I don't know. Do you remember? You're up on the second floor. There's like a chair with all these chains. There's a chain devil and amnesu. Got everyone to line up and strip down.
Yeah, we got the crap whipped out of us.
Whip you guys.
Yep. Yes, we've registered.
Then move along.
We
Stop
gotta-
loitering.
Is this the only watchtower?
You can see two other watchtowers. They're about 1,000 feet away, spanning the river Styx on different angles.
Well, if you're sure there's no rod in this tower, we'll go check the others.
I have no concern about your rod. This is a place for registration for those traveling along the river Styx. We watch out for demons. You're not demons. And you're not traveling on the river Styx, so you have no place to be here. Move on, or you shall be moved on.
Ooh, gonna put the moves on me. That's sweet. Alright,
He,
let's go to the other tower.
Flies back up to the top of the tower and he perches atop. Alright, you
Okay.
attempt to travel to the other watchtower. It's not very far, 1,000 feet away. There are some ash red clouds in the sky, a reddish hue, some mountains, uneven terrain, river Styx everywhere. And as you start traveling towards it, the horizon of the hills, the mountains, they seem to just kind of jut up. And you lose track of the second watchtower. To get there, you would have to navigate. And all of a sudden, that section of the horizon is just completely obscured by tall mountains, impassable. And you're left to look out behind you. You don't see the watchtower that you're just at. You don't see the river Styx. And you don't see anything you really recognize. It's just barren landscape. A few bones here and there. Some scorch marks on the ground. A few fireballs screeching through the air. And a few ruins here and there. From some fallen cities from a time long ago. Smell of brimstone. It fills your nostrils as you can hear the steady hum of the war machines burn through more souls as you idle here. And you'll need to try and navigate. What was that, sorry?
Where are we going? What are we looking for?
Rods.
Raven asked for the best ice cream recipe possible with his question. He didn't really. He asked how to redeem Zariel. And You're told that the more that you can present her with rich treasures that she appreciates, aka her friends, then the more, and present the Sword of Zariel, the more chance you'll have to succeed to redeem her. It was a quick group vote, and you guys have decided to continue looking for the rods to try and use them as a bargaining chip for Belle.
Okay.
But you do know the location of the Sword of Zariel now. So yeah, just cruising around, trying to navigate, and haven't had that much luck. Stopped by a Styx watchtower and was basically turned away. You've been driving, and the other party members, 3 of them, have like got taken away by Gargoth somewhere. And another little mini adventure, little quest.
Maybe they'll come back with a rod.
Hopefully. So, if you want to try and just get to another watchtower, then you'll have to navigate there.
Sure. All right, let me do it again. I'm gonna turn the map 180 degrees back around. All right, let's try it this way.
Okay. You guys burn through another 11 hours worth of soul fuel.
Holy crap, to go 1,000 feet? We suck.
Yeah, you're literally just listening to the drone of the engines of the war machines and seeing pretty much nothing for 11 hours. And all of a sudden, the cartographer just spouts out the exact same thing. The Styx is the demon's gateway into the 9 hells. The devils keep a watchful eye on its shores. And you honestly could not tell if this is the same watchtower or a different one. And you guys are feeling pretty tired at this stage. I'm going to need everyone to make a constitution save for exhaustion. It's not that difficult.
Want to bet?
At the same time as well, you feel like you want to sleep, but as you try to doze off, you continue to be abruptly woken up. You either run over a herd of lemurs, or some Nukaribos, some low-level demons, or you hear a wicked scream, or a fireball lands on the ground quite close to your vehicle and constantly wakes you up. But the lack of sleep hasn't bothered anyone either at the same time. It's just becoming unnerving. So you're back at a watchtower. It looks exactly the same. You may even be at the same one. You pull up and there are a couple of spine devils keeping their gaze on the red water of the River Styx. One of them looks over at you all, and another one keeps his eye on the River Styx. These 2 spine devils, and one of them calls up from the top of the tower down to you guys. This guy holds an iron bugle, and he yells out, "Continue moving along, mortals!"
Yeah, hang on, we're just looking for an iron rod.
Continue moving along at once, mortals!
Do you have a adamantine rod in there? Belongs to Belle?
The spine devil disappeared.
If they did, do you think they would just give it to us?
Well, you never know.
One of them remains atop the tower, and the other one disappears. And suddenly the front door opens to the tower, and that spine devil and 4 bearded devils and 4 hellhounds step out the front. And the spine devil yells in the bugle again, "This is your last warning, mortals! Move along, or you'll be met with force. We'd be happy to string you up, torture you, and laugh. Be filled with joy as we burn your mortal flesh and feast on your bone."
What do you think, guys?
I think we should move along. I mean, I don't think this is going to be the ways to get to this.
Yeah, we're not certain that anything would come from this.
I can't find the questions. Where did the places,
Chapter 3.
what handout were they in?
Where souls are
Chapter
watched.
3. Sipper Deck answer. I keep looking at Animento ones. Okay.
Where souls are watched at these watchtowers that watch the souls go up and down the river Styx and watch for demons. But if you guys want to head to the Hellrider's Crypt, I'm okay with that, and we can come back here later.
Yeah, my take on that is just that we know for sure that we can get into that crypt now and there's something in there.
Yep.
We're dealing with limited resources here
Yeah,
with
all right,
fuel
we'll
and whatnot.
just head out. I guess we'll head over.
Okay. The Spine Devils and the other devils, Beard Devils and Hellhounds, they watch you intently to make sure you leave.
I wave bye-bye.
Okay. You guys leave. You pull
I mean,
away.
I think we're going to have to do that like a little more if we do think it's a watchtower. I mean, I don't necessarily know it's 100% to be the watchtowers too.
You pull away. The Styx watchtower disappears upon the horizon a few minutes later, and you're back out into the endless hellscape of Avernus. Your guts is getting a little bit low on soul fuel. We'll need to top her up soon. But other than that, how's everyone feeling?
Yeah. Sleepy.
Someone else should navigate. I couldn't get us 1,000 feet.
Otto will take a stab at it.
Alright, let's just go through these things real fast before we go. The Hellriders Lie Dead is definitely there. Where the Binds are and we know that the Charlatans Wander is probably the ones that they have in the what's the name has? Mahardy has. Alright, we good with that one?
You can edit that handout too if you like. You can put answers down where you.
I mean, we definitely know he has ones, and that's the ones that I think fits best. So, I mean, the Soul's Languish could also be. You think that was where like all those trees were?
I didn't see much languishing there. It was more torture.
Alright, I mean, I guess we could head to the Crypt of the Hellriders. That's our best bets.
Do you guys want to put some location down next to these so you can get a more of a clear view? Everyone can edit the handout if you guys want to write some ideas down next to those locations, and by all means.
I mean, I don't see that. I mean, maybe the Watchtower is for that one, but.
Okay, so where do you guys want to head? Crypt of the Hellriders?
Sounds
Alright,
good.
Yeah.
the Machines Lie Broken, we got that one already. Alright, Divine Sunder, Soul Languish, where souls are watched.
There's a place called Sundered Chains on the map.
Yeah, we've been there once before, right?
Yeah. You'd been there. There was a chain devil doing a ritual. It was like a holy site for the chain devil. And we found evidence that the chains of Elturel can be broken.
And did we never found the questions from the mirror about how to free that other guy?
No.
So we just opted out on that guy's little thing. Okay, cool.
Now, there were 3 questions. One of them was, what's the password for the Hellrider Crypt? Where's the Bleeding Citadel? And what's the best ice cream recipe? You know, how better to redeem how to redeem Zariel, basically. Okay, so you guys have been trying to get to the Crypt of the Hell Riders for about a day now, so you've had a couple of detours, and whoever wants to try and navigate there, roll me a 2d8. We've been there before. Okay, you burn through another 8 hours of soul fuel. Still got a good 5 hours left in Gore Guts, so you don't have to burn any more soul coins yet. Another 8 hours go by, and it's almost been a 48-hour period since you last slept. Finally, the cartographer speaks after an arduous journey. Zariel's fallen companions cannot rest. Nobody can in this nightmare hellscape. And you start to see a green, acrid smog swirl up in front of you. Poking up through the smog are these 50-foot tall monoliths. Surrounding it are petrified hell riders, valiantly supplicating themselves to the crypt of their fallen companions. You pull up, you get out of Gore Guts. You see a set of steps leading down to this onyx door. And as you guys know, the door has an image of Hell Rider locked in combat with a devil, flaming swords, and the Hell Riders being pierced through the chest.
This is scary.
Auto cast dancing lights.
And the fog here does make it quite dark.
Alright, so shall we go in?
After you.
All for one.
Before we go in here, what is it we're doing here again? Finding the adamantine rod?
Yeah.
I mean, they may be Hell Riders and they may be the ones that betrayed Zara, but we should still treat them with respect. Not all of them
That's
were bad,
right.
some of them were just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's tough facing demons.
Yeah, I agree. We should try to treat everything with respect and solemnly and whatnot.
Are you from El Dorel, Raven?
I am.
But I mean, on the other hand, some of these people that are buried in here were ones that fought with Zariel, so we might find some other things that we can, some remnants of friendship.
Do you think that there's like more vampires like Janda?
I hope not, because
Maybe Yale is buried here. The one who went with me to get the sword. We took it from Zariel.
yeah, and maybe this would be a good place for him to be buried.
Maybe we can do a spell and bring her back to life, and then she can join us.
Maybe. Or maybe it's Maybelline.
I think I used to know how to do that, but I don't remember anymore. I wish I had my powers back.
Yeah, me too, especially since, half the peoples went away somewhere else.
You wish you had your power? Did you lose powers too, Nico?
I wish you had yours powers.
Oh, that's so nice. That makes my trumpet glow. Ah!
And she trumpets so much that she casts light on the tip of her trunk.
That's a neat trick.
Oh, thank you. I used to do a whole lot more.
Okay, Burgle, do you want to do the secret word?
Yeah. What was it again? For glory?
For, yeah,
Right,
for
when
glory.
you just say that casually, Bargle, that's all you need. The door just very slowly grinds open. Sinking into the floor to become flush with it. At the bottom of the steps, there is a dark hallway. At the end of the hallway, there's an intersection. This place reeks of death. There is an ankle-deep mist covering the floor. It's terribly cold. The walls and floor are all hewn from solid rock. They're about 10 foot tall. They're arched, and it feels very crypt-like. It's not the first crypt that you guys have delved into in this adventure either. If you remember back in Baldur.
So good at looking for traps because I can't find.
No, I'm not very good at that either.
You can try just walking and see what happens.
Oh, look. Whatever you want me to do, you just tell me. As long as I don't get really hurt, then I'll do it.
So, do these doors have like things to open from the inside? Because I don't really want to be sealed in a crypt.
You can't see the inside of the door. The top of the door is now flush with the floor, and there's just a rectangular seam on the ground where the door used to be.
I'm sure if we say the word, it'll open again so we can get out.
Can I use my glaive to kind of poke around the ground as I'm moving along, kind of like a 10-foot rod a bit? See if there's a trigger something before I get to it.
You can
Can I put a little light in the door path so it stays open until we leave?
Yeah, you can. If you got pittance, you can take a hammer and try and smash one in there. It'll be an athletics check. If you have them.
Double check. I think I have a climbing kit. Yeah. No, no longer have a climbing kit. I give it to somebody.
Maybe Raven's right. I mean, we could just say the password again.
That's right.
Or would you want me to stay outside? And then if you get trapped, you can just bang on the door. And I'll say, "For glory!" And then we'll be together again.
No, because if anybody's going to recognize people here that was buried or something, it'd be you. Even though you don't got all your memories, you might know something's in here. I think it's best for you to come in.
Oh, okay. Whatever you say.
As you guys having this conversation, Bargle and Otto, you move forward to the next chamber. And it's a funerary chamber. You see these large iron burial urns. They're positioned reverently throughout the hall. Each one is engraved with a noble coat of arms from the city of El-Terrell. Hanging on the walls are their weapons. Polished swords, lances, and shields. The shields too bear the noble coat of arms from El-Terrell.
So I'm looking at these urns, bones and stuff.
The pots are sealed. They have a wax sealed lid on top of them, tied with some twine.
Not going to disturb them.
Are there any names or anything on any of them?
No names. And Lulu comments on that as well.
Why? Whoever buried these people, they didn't even identify them. They just...
Up ahead,
There's
a hallway.
Okay.
You guys take a left turn, and there is a narrow tunnel leading through this catacomb. The smell of grave dirt, bone, and ashen remains permeates the air. You continue kicking through fog, and it gets even colder as you move into a memorial room. There is a irregular shaped chamber. Against the eastern wall there are 4 memorial steels. They are completely covered with engravings. Adorning the walls across from the steels, there are these paintings, relief in relief. It's of a blindfolded angel on the back of a mammoth with feathered wings. The mammoth is reared up on its hind legs. The angel holds her sword high. All around them are the broken bodies of fallen knights and devils. And
Hey, Lulu, that looks kind of like you.
Oh, but that's like much too big.
so here's the mammoth. This is what the mammoth looks like. And
Maybe it
this
was
is
your
the
mom or
angel.
something. I don't see either of them.
Oh, did you guys not see that?
Nah, I didn't get it either.
Maybe because it's on a... Alright, let me show you guys again. This is what the mammoth looks like. You guys
There
see
we
that?
go.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Golden mammoth. It looks very majestic. Articulated horns. And it bears the rider. Blindfolded angel with a luminous sword.
Hey, is that Zariel?
Lulu was just saying a couple of kind words over these pots, and then she catches up.
That's her. Oh, she's so beautiful. That's Zara, but who's that mammoth? Do you think that's me? Do you think that was a mammoth?
I think that might be you.
Oh. I mean, that's not the Zara that exists today. She was replaced by a devil.
Well, that's a Zariel we're going to get back.
I missed this part of that explanation.
Oh, that's
Just the tombs that are around here.
There's no tombs, they're memorial steels, so it's just a big slab of stone with people's names engraved on them.
I'm just going to read through quickly. Is there any anything else on them of interest other than names?
Alright, you go over them, and they're just names. Well, there is a plaque, and at the top of each one, a legend, basically. It says, it's written in common, "Here lie the fallen. May their souls echo here into the end of time." And the names are... they're not alphabeticized. They're just randomly scrawled. And you probably recognize a handful of names, Raven, from, like... I don't know how your history is, but... Make a history check, actually, because you're from... anyone from El Terrell, or familiar with El Terrell. So Bargle and Raven, basically, can make history checks. There's going to be some names you'll definitely recognize. Raven, the names, some of the names sound familiar. That's about it. But Bargle, when you're doing your training under Ontharr Froome, you were told about all of these brave knights that lost the battle of Idle Glen near El Terrell 50 years ago. And some of the names, yeah, you recognize. About a dozen of them. They
So
don't
is
have
this
that
the
much
place-
importance.
Is this a place that should be in like El Terrell on Farron, or was this built here in the Abyss and stuff?
It must have been built here in Avernus. All of the Hell Riders that were left over, they died in Hell.
Okay.
So among the names, there are some that stand out. Jander Sunstar. the vampire from Harriman's Hill. Harriman, his name is there as well. And they have a special place on these steels. There are 4 names. Jander Sunstar, Harriman, who only has 1 name, Harriman. Yale, that's the one that took the sword with Lulu and plunged it into the ground. And another name that you don't recognize, Olanthius. But the name Olanthius, it looks like someone's tried to etch it out. There are scratches all over it. But it's as if they weren't able to etch the name out. They tried and the name just wouldn't be removed.
Hey Lulu, does that name mean anything to you, Antheus?
I don't know. I feel like it should. My head just hurts when I try to think about anything.
Push
So
past
do we think that this is like a contract or something that was here before the first contract? Do you think that this is a good thing that their names are on this, or a bad thing that the names are on this?
Well, this is hard for me to remember. When we went into the hells with Zariel to fight all the devils and demons, there was some that ran away. He ran back into the portal and left us, and that's why we lost the fight. But there were many, many who didn't make it through the portal. And I think that this is them. They died here in hell, and this is where they're buried. But who would have buried them?
It's a good question. And also, may their souls echo here until the ends of time is a little bit ominous. Like it's trapping their souls here.
If anyone should be blamed, it should be those traitorous bastards. Jander, that treacherous fool, and Harriman, and whoever this Atlanteus guy is. Yale was the only one that stood by Zariel. None of these people deserve this fate, just them. We should try to free their souls. Does anyone know how? Maybe you can sing some prayers over their bodies. And maybe
If we find them, we can definitely go do that. I mean, maybe we could go say some prayers over those urns in the other room.
That would be nice.
I don't know as many prayers, but I did read the book once before. There's probably some prayers in there.
Otto, all of a sudden, you just get this splitting headache come through your mind as well, Otto. And you kind of blink a couple of times and you look around and it's like you're in a lucid dream. You're no longer in the Crypt of the Hell Riders. You seem to be in a peaceful village with a long road, people doing trade, and a massive statue of Zariel before a temple of Lathander. All of a sudden, the pain in your head intensifies. You blink a couple more times, and the village around you is burning. People scream as these figures that you can't quite make out, they're quite blurry, start ripping people apart with their mouths. And then you just kind of stagger back into the reality of being in this crypt once more. You have another flashback.
Otto clutches his head and kind of moans.
Otto, what's wrong? What's wrong? Ah! Wake up!
I'm remembering things, but they don't make any sense.
What did you see?
Horrific images of a slaughter.
Oh. Well, don't worry, we're here. No one's getting slaughtered. You're safe with us. I hope you get your memories back, and I hope they're nice things.
I do too, but I doubt they're going to be pleasant from what I've had so far.
So, Jandar, whatever that guy was on here, and Yale was on here.
Jandar, Sunstar, Harriman, Yale, and Olanthius. I'll type the names in the chat.
Olanthius. I feel like we met in Olanthius, but I don't know the context of that. Maybe I'm thinking something else that sounds similar.
You guys haven't met in Olanthius.
Oh, it's within it. Oh. Okay, good thing you typed that.
You met Olanthius with a U. That's who it was. Okay, so what do you guys do?
If we go,
Keep looking.
Do we want to have those prayers on the other urns? Maybe.
you do a couple.
I don't know what we expect from that happens. I mean, it just seems like some nice things to do. Those guys were. I mean, or we can go otherwhere inside here.
Well, we can do both. It's on the way.
All right, let's go. Do we know any prayers? Lulu, do you know any good prayers, or did I see any inside the book?
What about, we love our Hell Riders, we love our Zario, but most of all, we love each other.
The power of friendship and honor. What god do the Hell Riders worship mostly?
They actually worship a number of good aligned gods. Torm,
Okay.
Helm, Lathander,
Tyr.
and Tyr. Yeah, the Triad
Okay.
and Lathander, basically.
There we go. May the Triad and Lathander have mercy on your souls and bring you into their domains in Elysium so that you may be reborn again to live in honor. Whoa.
3 ghosts rise up from the urns. They're of Hell Riders that look tainted on the back of war horses.
Return to Elysium in peace, my friends.
They're translucent.
Honor guide you in the next life.
And they look haunted. And as they rise up, they say to you all,
We have been punished. Your words mean nothing to us.
we are the knights who fought and died along the angel Zariel when she waged war in Avernus.
Yes, you are. So why aren't you released back to Elysium?
Look at us.
Look at what we are.
Zariel's crusade ended in failure.
Most of their generals, including the angel herself, fell to evil, and we have been transformed into fiends.
Well, we are going to redeem her.
You cannot
So-
redeem her.
For she will not even allow her supplicants to redeem themselves. Many have tried, none have succeeded, and all will fail in the future.
No, we have an ace up our sleeve. We have Lulu.
Hi.
And of course, access to the Sword of Zariel.
Zariel's sword. Zariel's sword.
Yes,
That
we will use it to free her soul
artifact.
from the evil.
It is being kept out of evil's hands. But even then, Zariel has no intention of being redeemed.
But we have treasures that'll remind her of all the good times.
You are misguided.
Whatever idealistic fate you think you have planned,
Forget about it. Let us tell you of Zariel's treachery. For she is no longer the angel, and she will never be the angel again. Zariel's generals, even they have turned on her. But now they serve her. One of Zariel's generals, Olanthius, he was such a coward. He tried to escape this fate, for we have been bound to hell, still under the honor of the tome of the Creed Resolute. Olanthius the coward, he tried to escape the fate. He killed himself rather than embracing Zariel's tyranny. But did you think that death would stop Zariel? No. Zariel raised him as a death knight to ensure his loyalty. Our souls are cursed to remain here. You have
Are there any things we can do to lift that? It's like, to bring you along to the afterlife or out of here?
Believe you me, we want nothing more than return to the afterlife where we belong. But we signed the tome of the Creed Resolute, and we are bound to Zariel's service. Only she can give us a rest, and that which she never will.
Well, we're going to work towards that one way or another. You wouldn't happen to know if there's an adamantine rod in here somewhere? It'll help us in our quest to try to redeem her.
We know nothing of this place, yet we are trapped to these urns. We can't even leave the vicinity of them, even if we tried. We admire your resolve, your hope, although it just burns us inside to think that you would be so foolish to presume that we can be saved.
Well, there's also another issue here. The companion's been corrupted, and Elturel has been brought to the hells here, and we're trying to get that released as well. All the innocent people in the Elturel are counting on us, so we have to succeed.
Another ghost speaks up.
Don't listen to him. He's too far gone. I still believe there is hope. Please, please help us find rest. Help us.
We will help you find rest. We will.
What is your name? That will help us.
My name? I don't even remember it. It's all a blur. I don't even have my name on my urn. Who am I? You must...
John Mantlemorn.
You must speak to Olanthius. He can help you. He despises Zariel, although he is also supernaturally bound to her service. I believe there is still a glimmer of good in him. He will be back soon, and he'll not be happy to see you. But I have seen him. I have seen him many times. When he returns, he marches for that hallway.
And the ghost points his gauntleted hand to the hallway.
And I hear the stone moving, and I hear the scribblings of his thoughts, his diary, evidence of his humanity. Use the evidence. Appeal to him, for if you cannot redeem him, then you cannot redeem Zariel. Bye.
All right.
Okay. So, I guess we're gonna go look for secret doors in this room.
Works for me.
You can
Let's
make
check
a
the.
perception check to look for secret doors.
Let's check the one that has his name at the top.
Yeah, you can make a perception check. Otto will move the light around everywhere so everyone can see clearly, and you'll be looking everywhere within your field of view. Raven, you take a look around and you just see
Well,
dusty
a lot of
walls.
dust here.
Nico, you look around, up and down, and you think you notice something. And Otto, you do as well. There are these dusty footprints leading up to this section of the wall, where you can see cracks in the stonework that are not so full of dust as others, in an archway shape.
Yeah, point them out to everybody else.
Okay, one little conversation before we let goes in here. So, do we think that this general is the same one we fought against in the hill, or the one that came and tried us in the hill?
I think so.
So, who was on his shit list that we were running and he was chasing us? Is that any of you guys?
Not me.
I seem to remember it was you.
That was Harriman at Harriman's
okay,
Hill.
different guy then.
Yeah, that was one of the four generals.
Different Death Knight general. Okay.
He was a Nazugon. Very similar, but more fiendish.
Big guy, big sword. They all same thing.
Yeah.
So, do you think you can open this, Otto?
I mean, I can try.
You go up to the wall, Otto, and just place your hands against it, and you just give it a slight nudge, and the wall comes away, revealing a secret door with a small chamber beyond.
Woohoo!
There's just a desk, a wooden seat, and 8 leather-bound journals resting atop the writing table in a very cramped chamber.
All right. I think I will take a gander and read the journals.
All right, there's Go on.
He's most certainly going to be pissed that we were reading his private thoughts. So, I mean, just take that at face value.
Well, there might be clues in here.
Definitely going to be good. So I'm just letting you know that when we have the conversation later on to try and talk with him, if he knows that we were in reading his journals and whatnot, then he's not going to be happy about that.
Be very careful to put them back in the same spot. Now, we've already broken into a secret room. Do you think he's going to be happy about that?
Well, if he doesn't like Zario, then we're on the same side. And we just gotta make sure he knows that.
I agree. I mean, we're doing what needs to be done, and we're trying to help some. So I feel justified in what we're doing, but I'm just letting you know it's going to put us behind when we're having conversations if he knows that we did this.
Yeah, I'm sure he's already going to know we went in the room anyway.
Alright, you guys, well, Raven, you start to flick through these pages. There's 8 journals here, and they're just full of notes, thoughts of Elanthius, and it's going to take you an hour to actually go through them all, by the looks of things.
Okay.
Alright, while that's happening then, if everyone's happy to wait an hour, you guys can take a short rest if you need it. Everyone's looking pretty healthy though, but if you have any other abilities that you'd expended, they'll come back.
I'm actually going to take 10 minutes and cast Detect Magic as a ritual while he's doing this, just for the hell of it.
Okay.
And you guys get 9 temporary hit points from the short rest as well. Hooray.
Yeah, just
except for the blue guy. I don't know why he's blue.
Just being near Raven makes you It's very strange. It actually makes you feel good being near Raven, which is really unusual. But
Oh,
did you want to like pan around some rooms, Otto?
Yeah, I'll do it if I got time to do it multiple times. I'll do it in here and then back in the room with the tablets or whatever.
It goes up and stays up for 10 minutes, so you can go walk around a couple of rooms wherever you want. And,
Yeah, I'll do it in these 2 rooms and then the room with the urns.
Alright. You're not getting any magic in this room. And you walk out into the room with the memorial steels. And immediately you discern a very strong aura of necromantic magic emanating from the stills. But not actually the stills themselves. Only the names. Like the names almost have like a necromantic glow to them. If you focus on the magic, you actually see a faint purple aura swirling around the names.
Interesting. I tell everybody else in the group about it.
So what do we think? It's necromantic because it's just something doing with the dead, or we think it's necromantic because it's like evil, fiendish stuffs? Okay.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine there. You said the Olanthius's name was like scratched out, like somebody tried to scratch it out, right?
Yeah, like he tried to scratch it out, but couldn't. You can see like all these jagged marks, scratch marks.
That wouldn't make sense. Like he committed suicides to stop the things, and then if he tried to scratch it out from here too, it's kind of like in lines with what he was doing. And maybe one of us would scratch it out, but
it's basically saying that these people who are named here are going to be trapped in Avernus forever.
Well, I think it's saying too. Yeah. I mean, can I go and scratch out a random name?
Yeah, what are you using to scratch it out?
Are these? Is it metal or stone?
Stone. It's kind of like just a big old stone slab.
Let's see what I go. My best bet is here.
Like a dagger or something would work.
Yeah, I got it here. I'll just use that. Small knife is actually what I got.
Alright,
I'll use
just
the small.
a random name or one of the generals.
Do a random name. I wish one of the guys in the other room told me his name, and I would do that one, but I'll just go with random.
Alright, the second you actually touch the steel with the dagger, a surge of necrotic energy channels through you, Nico, and you're basically knocked back, and you need to make a dexterity saving throw before that fully charges through you. You quickly withdraw your hand the second you feel that energy, and it hurts. You look down and your hand is like got all these throbbing, like your veins are like throbbing purple, and there's this big patch of rotten flesh on your hand, and you take 19 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, don't touch the names.
Ouch. Did I at least scratch the name?
No, the second you touch the attempt to scratch it out, you have to quickly take your hand back. Otherwise you would have taken the full brunt.
We need some way to dispel it or cleanse it or something.
Let the dead lie. Go and screw with it.
Well, I don't want the dead stuck here.
Alright, while that's happening, Raven, you've come across a journal entry that's caught your interest.
Okay.
It's a note about Zariel from Atlantheus.
I can't go on anymore. I should have seen Zariel's fall from grace before it happened. She always had a single-minded obsession to slay demons at any cost. Her capitulation to Asmodeus. I should have stopped her. She would have listened to me. But it is still all too late now. I'm going to take my own life before she turns me into the abomination that she made Harriman into. Zariel, if you ever read this, I loved you.
Oh. I think we need him too with the power of friendship to help us turn Zariel back. Nothing like
Continues.
unrequited love.
There's more.
Zariel made me into one of her generals. Not even my death stood in her way. I've tried to end it again, but I just rise again. Harriman stands proudly by her side, but I can't help to feel that all of this is wrong. Harriman was always heartless and punishes everyone who stands in Zariel's way. He fits his role. I don't.
Well, sounds like this guy might be a little more to our liking than Harriman.
There's more.
Now I sit in these halls, writing these words, but I can't help my fallen companions. I can't help Zariel, and I can't help those who rest in this place. I can't help to think that if General Yale would be here, she would know what to do. She was always the smart one. I once thought we would be friends if we would get out of here alive. That is only a bad dream now. That will never happen. I know where she hid the sword though, but I don't know why.
Hey, Lulu, do you know who she was?
Hmm? Ooh. Yale?
Yale.
Yes,
Did she help you hide the sword?
she did. She was the one that plunged the sword into the rock. And then I used all of my powers and boom! A big fortress. It went around the sword and then I don't remember what happened after that. But we saved the sword. We kept it. She gave it to us. As if she knew what was going to happen. As if she left a way to redeem her if she ever fell. That's why I think there's still some good in her. A chance for redemption.
There's gonna be. I wonder whatever became of General Yale. Do you think maybe she's still in the citadel gardening it?
Suddenly, you hear some footsteps.
Gushk, gushk, gushk,
Who's got wet shoes?
gushk, 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 gushk,
Greetings.
gushk,
Kushk is coming.
They get
Hello,
louder.
Kush.
gushk, gushk.
The heavy sound
Greetings.
of clinking full plate. And arriving at this hallway with a shield in his hand that bears the crest of El Terrell turned upside down, a longsword, and nothing more than these tiny little pinpricks of light exposed through his full-faced helm. A Death Knight. Also commonly depicted like this.
Soth.
It's Lord Soth's distant cousin.
There you go. Greetings, General Atlantis.
He has his longsword out already and says,
Prepare yourselves for death. You should not be here, mortals, and I cannot allow you to leave.
Well, we've been prepared for a long time, but
Then
we
kneel
need your
before
help.
me, so I may strike you down.
Yeah, we need your help, me and Lulu, to help free Zariel from the evil bonds and redeem her. I know you are the man to help us.
he looks over at Lulu. But Otto, you swear that he's staring at you. But you can't really tell too much because it's just these two little pinpricks of red light for his eyes. You can't see his face. The few bits of flesh that are exposed through his armor, which is not very much because it's full plate. You can just see bone, like he's skeletal. But then he turns his head back towards you, Raven. And he says,
What is this? You come here and you jest with me?
No
I have
jest.
no time for nonsense. My duty is to protect this crypt.
Your duty is to help us redeem Zariel, so that all may be redeemed.
You know nothing of my duty. I serve Zariel.
Yes, and now you have a chance to serve her again, only to bring her to the light. And lift the curse on this place.
Impossible!
As well as help us restore El Terrell back to the prime material plane. With all the innocents in it, the companion's been corrupted.
You foolish mortals.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
You are so quick to throw your lives away. Do you think Zariel does not know of the sword? Do you think she will not be watching? If anyone attempts to get to the sword, she will be there to intercept them. If not herself, then her generals, and they will be struck down, perhaps even by my hand. And I am sworn to Zariel by my duty. Upon hearing this, I feel compelled to cut you down here on the spot. So steel yourself. Prepare for death.
Well, you can, but you'd be missing the chance to redeem her. We
And
know.
also at Yale, did we be undoing that too? I mean, they put the sword there and a chance for redemptions, and they were trying to use that.
She knowingly gave the sword to Lulu and Yale to hide. And we believe when we get to the
Lulu.
Citadel, we may be able to find Yale and help redeem Zariel.
I see the resemblance now. The mammoth. That was
Yes.
you.
The mammoth has been cursed to forget.
Travel size.
Yeah,
What?
you're not really a mammoth anymore, but I was with you, and I remember you, Atlantis. You looked a lot better. You used to look good, less skeletal. And when we lost, Zara gave me the sword, and I had it in my trunk, and then I grabbed Yale, and we flew off together with Yale. And I gave her the sword, and she said that she's going to protect us. She plunged it into the ground, and a big alabaster temple sprung up. And then, I don't remember what happened, but I survived. So maybe Yale did too.
Hale.
I believe she's still protecting the sword.
You think that she's still alive? But if she saw me like this, I'm a monster. She would want nothing to do with me.
We believe that all of us have ways of redeeming ourselves. That's why we're here, to do that. So if we could save Zariel, we perhaps can save you and all the other Hell Riders that are bound to this place all at the same time.
And Zariel, once restored, will be able to restore you as well.
That
And Yale would thank you with who knows what. She may be even impressed and thankful enough to become a consort.
I am unable to oppose Zariel. I can do nothing to aid you.
I understand, but do you know some information so we could help ourselves? Like, we wish to help solve the people's laying to rest here.
So
but,
you want to know the location of the Bleeding Citadel, then, do you?
Oh no, we already know that.
Wait, what?
Um,
Where did you learn
yeah.
this information?
We're looking right now for adamantine rods that once belonged to Bell, so we can use them.
don't say too much. I mean, he might be compelled, even if he wants to help us, to tell what he knows to Zariel.
You've already said too much.
I know, but we have a lot more to say. It's much more complicated than what we're laying forward here.
Does he always say too much like this?
100% of the times.
No, I know when to shut up. People tell me to shut up, and I shut right up. I'm not one that keeps going on and on and on, just sound of her voice. Like this one time when I was a kid there.
Please, no more. Do not make me hellfire orb this room. I'll do it.
Thank you. Now, about that adamantine rod.
So,
what's up with these steel things over here?
You work with Bell.
No, Bell is working for us, but he doesn't know yet.
Sometimes
Once we have the rods.
you must side with your enemy. As the old saying
The enemy
goes.
of my enemy is my friend. He knows how that all goes.
Exactly.
Keep
So
your friends
true.
close, keep your enemies closer.
But does the same hold true for fiends? Is what I want to know.
Well,
I have the rod that you seek.
oh good.
For Bell has seen an ally in me too. But I am being kept from giving him the rod. Or rather, he has never come to get it. So what strikes me odd is, if he knows of the location of the rod, why has he sent you to search for it? And what significance do these rods hold?
Well, they were his rods at one time there, and they were stolen from him or taken. And the rods themselves are adamantine, and he couldn't come himself because that would be seen to be working against Ariel, and she might get mad. So if we get them there, he has plausible deniability in case we fail, which we won't. But, if we can get the rods,
good. We got
use them
that.
as a
But
bargaining
the
chip.
rods, they are more than just chunks of adamantine, surely.
I believe they might be part of a magical item or something.
Alright, there is some words on the rods that they spell something out.
Oh.
But
Well,
you
I'll
guys
read
don't
them.
have all the rods.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
there
right.
was like something, there's like a few letters etched on each rod.
We play Hangman? Figure.
You could.
There
Alanthius
you go.
says,
I feel that these rods hold great significance. But anyway,
I'm happy to give you the rod.
but before that, you had a question. Druid?
Yes, I feel very sad for the folks that are in those urns that they are trapped here against their wills, and I feel there's something with these. I see yourself has tried to scratch the names off of these. I want to know, is there some ways that we can free the souls that are bound here to Avernus? And I think these things have the keys, and I was wondering if he knows how to fix that.
I'm not sure. But perhaps the key lies in the ritual rooms. The rooms that I cannot enter.
Can we go and enter them? I don't want to get you in trouble. So.
They are rooms that I cannot perceive. The warlocks told me of their existence before they fell. Yet the warlocks, they roam these halls.
At least they used to.
Hmm.
Or
Are they like hidden, or are they secret, or
I am
are
not
they?
sure. There is magic that prevents me from entering or even perceiving their presence. I know only of their existence from the warlocks that built these chambers before they too fell to evil.
Can we search around here to see if we can find some?
You are welcome, but be warned. The warlocks are not what they used to be. And as for the rod, I would be happy to relinquish it to you. But you would be a fool to openly head to the scab without yet first creating a distraction. That is where the enemy of my enemy comes into play. You must seek out the demon lord Koz Chi-Chi. He has been imprisoned in Avernus, whose hammer Zariel stole, and from whom he stole from Aurel's own daughter.
Oh,
Like that.
good.
It
Good
is
name.
a simple plan. Free the demon lord and surely he will want his weapon back. This should create the diversion that we would need, that you would need. Of course, I cannot play any part of this.
So we think so. We should do that right before we head towards to retrieve the sword.
I'm not sure. Mortals, your lifespans are so short. You think that things happen very quickly. The blood war has raged for eons. It is not so simple to get to Zariel, for the blood war is miles and miles long. I think that you would have weeks. Let's go Chi-Chi vies to summon an army, while Zariel, she works meticulously to form an army of devils to counter him. We will have ample time to strike. There will be no rush.
Oh, okay. I like this. It's a good plan.
Sounds awesome.
Have you had trouble navigating Avernus?
Oh, so much troubles. It's not even funny.
How do you get about?
This damn map.
We have a maps that we follow and try our best, and it's better than
11
nothing.
hours to go over a hill.
That is bad. Damn. Have you tried the Arches of Ulloc? Here.
To who?
And he taps his finger on the map. If you want to make your journey through Avernus a simple one, head to the Arches of Ulloc. As you approach, keep in your mind the location you wish to arrive at. A roaring sheet of flame will fill the arches. Drive right through it, and you appear at your destination.
Oh. I wish I'd met you like many days ago.
Why didn't you just try to get
So
in
it's
here?
already, right? We used one by the Zipper decks to travel, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a number of these arches about Avernus. So yeah, Koz Chi-Chi, it's the name of the demon lord. He's you could do a religion check if you want to try and recall information about him.
I'm on it. Hold on. Religion.
You know who he is, Nico. You're a little bit off from knowing extensive knowledge, but he actually used to be a frost giant who forsake Thrym, the frost giant god, frost giant lord, and he like stole Thrym's hammer, Matalotok. He stole it from Thrym's daughter, Oral, the Frost Maiden, and like he lent it to her to use to beat up some adventurers in a different lifetime. You probably know this, Bender. And then Kochichi stole it from her when she got defeated. When she was weak, he stole it from her, and Thrym found out about this. He wasn't able to take the weapon back, but instead he cursed Kochichi and turned him into a hill giant.
Hey, sounds good.
A powerful hill giant. He's still a son of a god. So expecting like a hill giant with godlike powers, basically. So, where would, and then yeah, he came to like hell to steal Zariel's hammer, and Zariel was just like, yeah, no, I'm taking that, and took his hammer and locked him up. All right, so what's the plan now? Do you guys want to look through these crypts and try and help put these souls to rest? Or leave the crypt
I think so.
and go and try and free Kochichi?
I don't know, we're here, we might as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Alanthius says, come to me. When Kochichi is freed, I will be waiting.
Alrighty.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's look around in here, see if we can find ourselves some ritual rooms or whatnot.
So yeah, Alanthius said he'll give you one. He's got one of the adamantine rods. He'll give it to you if you free Kochichi. And then, obviously, you already know where the Bleeding Citadel is, so you don't need that info from him.
You know where they, any other places where they watch over where souls are languishing?
Where souls languish? Where are souls being constantly tortured? Where they're in a very unpleasant
I thought it was like
place.
that place where we were dipping and dunking that guy in there, but we didn't find one over there.
Bottom of the river Styx?
Yeah, that would be... Go fishing.
Maybe you go fishing again.
Oh crap! Yeah, that whole device that sunk under the water. I bet if we move it around somewhere else, there might be a rod down there.
Okay, we'll go think about that. All right, let's want to go on a tour, a crypt tour.
All right, you make your way back to the funerary chamber. There's a hallway leading south, and there was another hallway back near the entrance.
Go south.
Alright, up ahead there's some alcoves, and these look like they would contain some sarcophagi, but they're empty. There's 3 of them, suggesting that there are 3 Hell Riders that should have been buried here. But there are no coffins.
They don't have any names though, right?
Alright, moving up ahead, there's another tomb. There's hallways leading north and east, southeast. As you look around this room, in one corner you see an iron urn. It's heaped with human bones. It squats in an alcove at the end of the hall. And on the wall nearby, there is a carved relief that shows a column of mounted knights charging through a portal into a fiery hellscape. The background is some sort of village. And Otto, you You get another brain freeze, and you recognize that village from the one from your dreams, and it's burning just like in this picture.
I have seen this.
Bargle, yeah, you may recognize this village as well. You would need to make a history check. That's maybe. Very maybe. No, you don't. You don't know what this village is. It looks pretty small.
Well, I guess we should look around, because I doubt it's just going to be out in the open. So maybe we should look around for secrets in here.
You can make a perception check, Nico.
I clicked it, didn't go up. Try again.
You don't notice anything. You take a look around and there's no details that stand out to you. Just dust, ankle deep mist, smell of grave dirt.
Yeah, Otto would be looking for any signs of any more secret doors or anything.
You can make a perception check as well, Otto. Nico says he's not seeing anything, but he is just firmly just placing his face like point blank on the wall. So the only thing you notice, Otto, is that this picture's definitely got your attention, and you notice in the background of this fiery village there is an orb, like a glowing orb. It looks like a moon. Half of the moon is purple and half of it is white. It's the companion, which is this holy orb that used to hover above Elturel, that warded the kingdom of Elturgard, not kingdom, but the land of Elturgard from fiends and undead. And it looks like it's in the process of being corrupted, turning from radiant energy to necrotic energy. And this also suggests that this tiny village is somewhere in the region of Elturgard. Perhaps it was the scene of a very important battle. It seems to be the place where the Hell Riders went through the portal. The moment that Zarya was betrayed. You guys actually kind of relived a little bit of that battle in Lulu's memories during that junkyard scene. Anyway, big pot of bones and funerary wrappings here, and then hallways north and east.
Arbitrarily picks this way. If anybody has any better idea.
Alright, as you move down here, just hold up a little bit. Raven, you sticking at the back?
Yep.
You're gonna have
Taking
a bad
a
day,
left look
my
at
friend.
bones. Uh-oh.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Should I stay in this room where I was, or just happen while we're walking down the hall?
Maybe move back a little bit. Raven has just been a little bit slow to move up, that's all. Raven, as you've crept out of... as you've crept out, like, as you've moved through this room, you don't need to roll just yet, we will in a sec.
Okay.
Mummies have just been crawling out of these pots, trying to sneak up on you. One after another. 8 mummies have crawled out of this pot.
Crap!
Snuck up on you and come in for an ambush. So let's roll initiative.
Damn it.
Let's do it. First fire of the night.
Hey guys, too late to join.
Oh, no. Never too late.
Okay.
How
Sorry
you feeling?
I'm late. I'm very, very, very stiff. So, but I took a nap, so I do feel a little bit better. So I figured I'd join.
That's good. Alright, you're in the Crypt of the Hell Riders at the moment. And,
Okay.
Being attacked by mummies.
May as well just say that Nestle's with you guys the whole time, so it makes the most sense.
No daddies, just mummies.
Yeah, at the moment you just pretty much got into a fight with some mummies, so just hang tight and then I'll explain what you see when it's your turn. Alright, the mummies attempt to surprise as well. They're pretty noisy though, so here's their stealth check. Yeah. Is their stealth. Alright. Oh, you don't need to roll either, Nez. I got you in there with the API. It rolls everyone at the same time. Alright, so yeah, Raven, like you guys hear that loud moan and turn around, and some of you will see the mummies and some of you will just hear them coming from this direction. And one of them just clambers out of this pot and runs up to you, Raven, and through the wrappings of its face you just see this purple gleam, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, crap.
It glares at you.
That is not my forte.
A bit of a leer. And you resist. You use its dreadful glare and that doesn't work, and then this blackened, rotten hand just comes flying at you, kind of balled up into a fist. And it just tries to punch you, basically. It hits.
Yep.
Alright, it hits you for 20 points of damage. And that's not all, it leaves like a handprint on you of rot. Make a Constitution saving throw against being cursed.
Come on.
I think you messed your hit points up there too, Raven.
Yeah, did. I'll fix that. I should be at 69.
Giggity. Alright, not only has it whacked you with this fist, you feel kind of horrible, really weak. I'm just gonna give you this skull icon, Raven. Just don't worry.
Okay.
You won't die yet. Another mummy creeps up and comes up next to you, Raven. Basically does the same thing. Except it only gets here and it just glares at you, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw against being frightened. Alright, you become frightened to the end of the mummy's next turn.
Damn right I am.
But you're not paralyzed, you're just frightened. It chills you to your bone. Nico.
What's going on back there?
Scooby-Doo, help!
It's just Raven getting killed, so nothing too important.
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
You look down into the darkness and you just see half a dozen mummies climbing out of this pot,
Fireballs!
reaching out towards Raven.
Yeah, are these like the warlocks, or are these the like Elturel soul, like Hellriders that we're trying to free? I don't think we have time to figure out one way or another. Yeah, it seems like as good of a spot as any to throw a fireball. I think it's definitely going to hit you, though. It's hot not to hit you.
Alright, she's all yours.
No,
Nico.
throw it in, hit them all. Throw way back.
There's your template.
Even if I drag it all the way to the back, I think it's still going to hit you.
That's okay. Burns can be healed.
I know, it's not moving for me. It's highlighting, but not moving.
Don't get Lulu.
Is it moving?
Yep, it did.
I was moving. Oh, there we go.
Alright. I mean, I think it's definitely. I'll stop it just before Lulu. It's gonna get Raven, but yeah, life's a bitch.
That's right. I can fix Burns.
Alright, you come around the corner. Mummy after mummy after mummy are crawling out of this large pot, reaching out to try and wring Raven's neck.
So slow. Sorry.
Alright, Nico, you just casually look down the corner, erupt a flame in there. Raven, you're hit for 25 fire damage. The mummies are like super slow. And as you guys know, they hate fire. They are vulnerable. And most of them take 50 points of fire damage. It starts to burn them down. One of them is a little bit quick and kind of gets out of the way, but each and every mummy is almost completely incinerated. As is the urn. The urn is shattered with 25 damage. It's broken into pieces and more bones just spill out all over the ground.
Do it again!
It doesn't stop another mummy from crawling forward, trying to glare at Raven. Raven, make a wisdom saving throw. Alright, you resist the glare and then it tries to fist you. And it just grabs you by the neck and just squeezes, and as it's squeezing you can feel your neck being rotted. You hit 14 bludgeoning damage and 28 necrotic. Raven is looking deathly
14.
ill.
And
28 points of necrotic damage.
okay, I'm just gonna check something here.
Resistance?
Yeah.
Celestial, I think
Yeah,
it's
Celestial Resilience.
I think maybe. I don't know, you have to see. There's a lot of different variants of the
Like 6 classes and pieces that are basically like the same thing.
Pretty much. Alright, well,
Resistance
if you have
to radiant
resistance,
damage. No, it's only
take
radiant.
14. Alright, Raven. Alright, Raven's not looking good. Alright, Nez, you're up. Heap of mummies down this hallway trying to kill Raven.
Alright, she's gonna cast Fireball too.
Alright, I'll presume you're putting it in the same spot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright. You drop a fireball down there, and Raven, you're gonna hit the ground. It's gonna incinerate pretty much every single mummy. Except for one that could survive. Nope. Actually, 2, sorry. And you just flood that hallway. Each mummy takes 46 points of fire damage, and they all just collapse to the ground in a burning mess. Bones, funerary wrappings, rotten flesh, they all hit the ground. And all the other bones are scorched, and Raven is on the ground dying. And we're gonna stay in initiative for now.
But she, well, I can't heal him word because it'd be 2. So, or can I heal him word? There'll be 2 spells, right?
Unless you
two
got
level
some
spells.
way to heal as a bonus action, then not this round. We're staying in initiative because Raven is on the ground dying.
Alright, that's my turn.
Just hear some mumbling from Sweet Caroline. Bup, bup, bup.
Otto.
Want to run forward and use a healer's kit to try to stabilize Raven.
Okay. You're able to stabilize him. You turn him over and he looks deathly ill. He's got dark shadows under his eyes. He's got pallid skin, pallid complexion. He's got this like black, rotten handprint around his neck. And you're stable. You're on 0 hit points, unconscious Raven.
Alrighty.
But he's looking like there's something wrong with Raven. He's looking bad. Sick.
Cursed.
Yeah. Alright, we'll take a 10-minute break now. And we'll continue on soon.
Alrighty.
I'll see you guys back in a bit. Good work so far today, guys. Good role playing. everyone.
Hello, you.
Welcome back.
How's everyone doing?
Yep. Here.
Okay, so you guys saw these mummies creeping out at Raven and lobbed a couple of fireballs, and it just destroyed everything in the room. The mummies, the bones, the urns, the painting. And Raven
Come on.
is unconscious and stable.
Healing word on Raven.
Go for it. When you cast a healing word on him, it doesn't heal him. He doesn't respond to the healing. He's still laying there, looking gaunt. This big black wound on his neck.
Do we hear any more signs of movement or anything?
No, but you notice something in amongst these pile of bones that are left over from the urn. There are a couple of things mixed around in the bones. There are these little red beads scattered around, and also some sort of stick, a wand made of wood.
I'll pick them up and tell everybody, like show them, like, here, look at this.
When you pick up the wand, it's pretty simplistic. It's made of a piece of wood that's been twisted around and carved to make it look like it's kind of braided in amongst itself. The very top of it has an arcane rune set into it. Fits quite nicely in the palm of your hand. And then when you go to grab one of the beads, you notice it's actually attached to a golden necklace, and there are several red beads hanging off of it on smaller little chains. Both items look magical.
Okay, so identify.
Which one do you want to identify? Wand or necklace?
Let's start with the one.
Okay. You grab the wand and cast identify. I presume people are like tending to Raven while this happens. It's a wand of secrets, also known as a stick of secrets. You can hold it out and it'll detect the secret door or trap. If it's within 30 feet of you, it'll pulse and point at the nearest to you.
While Ness is identifying, I want to drag Raven into the hallway.
Gonna heal him.
And I'll identify the next.
Alright. You do have a pearl, right, Ness? 100 GP pearl to do this.
Do it as a ritual so it doesn't take your slots.
I have one if you need one.
Okay.
Alright, use Otto's pearl. Alright. Well, sometimes you want to get things identified quickly. So it's only 1 minute instead of 11.
I forget, does that consume that or no?
No, it's reusable. You just need it. And an owl feather. Alright, yeah, if you get the pearl, you get the owl feather. Alright, you identify the necklace, and Nez, roll me 1d6. Alright, it's a necklace of fireballs. And it has 9 beads on it. Your old max beads. You throw a bead, rip a bead off it, throw it on the ground, and bang! It detonates as a 3rd level fireball. Now, the beauty of it is you're not actually casting fireball. It just produces the effect of a fireball. So it doesn't have that same limit where if you do a bonus action spell, you can only do a cantrip. So you could potentially do, I don't know, if you're a sorcerer, you could do like a quicken fireball and then throw one of them and do 2 fireballs in a round. Or you can just throw the whole necklace and just eat it and really explode things.
Okay.
Alright, Nico, I think you might have missed it, but healing's not working on Raven. So I don't know if you wanted to do that healing spirit, but you guys found that out just before when Ness tried to heal him.
I wasn't here for that. Okay, then no, I will not healing spirit.
Alright, so 2 magic items here. Firstly, who wants that Wand of Secrets? It can be used by anyone. It's got 3 charges. Doesn't require attunement or anything.
I'll take it.
You want it, Nico?
Sure.
Okay. What about the wand of... Oh, sorry, the necklace of fireballs? You can...
I'll take it if nobody wants it.
Yeah,
It
to
don't
give
have
it
a
to
tune
Ness.
either.
You know, you can actually go up to someone and you can rip that bead off someone else's neck and throw it as well. You don't actually... Like, you have to willingly let them do that, but you don't actually need to be attuned to it or wearing it to use it.
It does take attunement.
The necklace?
I was asking. That's a
Oh,
question.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. Doesn't require attunement. So you could wear it, and
Okay.
let's just say, like, you have trouble using it, you get, I don't know, stunned or something. Someone else could even just take a bead off you and throw it on the ground and bang.
Or if we're all close to you and we need a lot of fireballs, each one of us on our
Yeah,
turn.
everyone could just rip one off of you on every turn and bang. Everyone could be doing a fireball for 1 round or something. Alright, well, goes to Ness.
That just sounds too fun.
That's a good idea. It's got 9 full charges, 9 beats.
We're all chanting fireball, fireball.
Not the whiskey.
Yeah, really good find. And you guys suspect that these are probably the warlocks that Elanthius was talking about, the ones that are not as they seem to be anymore.
Yeah. I hope so, because otherwise I'm going to feel real bad about my life.
Alright, so they've been
So-
destroyed, but yeah, there's no way to heal Raven. He's got this mummy rot. He's got a curse. Disease.
Good if our paladin was back, but
Yeah, unless someone has a way to remove a curse.
I'm looking. We can move on to the next room now and just drag him for now.
He's going to be slowly rotting away.
Can you remove curses? Is that one of your things?
What's that, sorry?
Can Lulu remove curses?
Lulu?
That's,
Lulu says, I don't know. Maybe I used to know how to do that, but all I can do is this light. She casts light
Okay.
on Raven.
no worries.
It doesn't work.
She says. She'll drag Raven along.
Come here.
She gives him a good berry as well.
At least he won't starve to death.
You can move your token around, Raven. Wherever.
Okay.
Lulu. But just presume she's dragging you wherever you're going. Alright, you guys turn the corner and you continue looking for these ritual rooms. And you come to another room full of these funerary urns. They line the walls. There's more mist, ankle deep mist that you kick through as you walk through these chambers. They swirl around the urns. You can hear the small rocks crunch under your leather boots as you walk through this area.
These sealed, twined wax as well?
They're all sealed up, covered in dust, haphazardly placed around the room, lining the walls. There's another hallway that continues off westward.
Be searching all the rooms. We find them. Sorry.
If you want to search a room, you can make a perception check.
It's got a lot of Hell Riders not buried right.
Alright, Otto takes a look around as you look through your bandage. Otto, you do as well, Nico. Carefully examine these walls, and you notice something. This urn is a little bit off. And then when you look behind it, you can see a seam, an arch in the wall. You can also notice a little bit of that mist kind of moving in and out through the cracks in this wall here.
Is there a way to get at that wall without having to move an urn? Or are we going to have to move an urn?
You're going to have to slide it out of the way.
Okay. Extra super carefully. I want to move an urn out of the way.
Alright, very heavy. But you're able to slide it to the side. So you have access to the wall there.
Okay. How do we think we open this? Otto?
Well, we can use the wand, right?
I don't think the wand opens the secrets. I think it just tells you that it's there. So I'll try to use my myself to see if it swings in or out or something.
It's exactly the same as the door that led to Elanthius' chamber. It's just an extremely light section of the wall. You push it and it swings open. There's a 5-foot long hallway that leads to a room filled with mist. Mist starts to kind of spill out of the room. It washes over you and hovers down to join the rest of the mist in the room that you're in. And you don't see anything in the room. It's just filled full of mist.
Can I do a gust and kind of see if it will push the mist farther back into the room?
You may want to ask Nico to move out of the way. Oh no, gust. I'm thinking gust of wind.
Yeah, the cantrip.
Alright, you create a small blast of air in the room and it knocks the mist back. The mist is pushed up against the far wall, almost climbing to the ceiling. And as you do that, it reveals a bloody pentagram on the ground. A ritual circle, dabbed in blood. And then there are hundreds of slivers of parchment arranged within it. Each tiny strip has writing on it. A piece of parchment also with names written in blood.
Okay.
Have we seen that paper already today?
No.
Okay.
But we've seen some plaques with things written in bloods that we think that this looks like a ritual chambers to me, and that's what we're looking for. And he said that might be the key to it, and there's names written in blood there. So I think that those two together might do a thing. I'm just very scared to go step on inside there, like it's going to hurt me or something.
That fog then just kind of settles over the top of it too, obscuring it once
It's
more.
very, very ominous. Does somebody's got like a fancy hand thing to go grab that?
You could make an Arcana check to try and discern the circle's purpose and the paper's purpose as well.
Yeah, I'll do a gust again before I do an Arcana.
Okay. You blow up the fog to reveal the pentagram again, and take a quick look at it, and try and take a look at the names without, disturbing the circle in any way. And it seems to depict all the names of the Hell Riders that have been buried here. And you feel like these names, they bind the warriors' souls to the steels and compel them to serve Zariel in undeath by terms of their original oath to her. And by destroying them, you'll deactivate the memorial steels so you can release the knight's souls from servitude.
Destroying the paper or destroying the seals?
I think the paper.
Yeah, just the paper. Just the parchment. If you burn away their names, then you'll burn away their contract.
Well, if anybody can burn things, I think that would be me.
Raven, you can control Lulu for now, because I don't know if anyone's going to be able to heal you, so there you go.
Yeah, I was just looking to see if any of the Conjure Fae can remove curse, but I don't think they can. So.
Alright, you create a bonfire and you watch as the slivers of paper are consumed, and that pentagram is now lined with ash.
Does the ash seem to be still inside the pentagram?
It's just scattered around.
Or does the gust blow it around? Okay, the gust blows it around.
If you do another gust, because the gust is instantaneous, so it's just like...
Yeah, I gusted after he bonfired.
Alright, then it just blows it all around the room and scatters the ash everywhere.
Is there anything else in that room?
No.
Okay.
That's it.
Just a small room.
Yeah.
Now, based on how far that they were writing, I mean, how many names was that? Does it sound like it was a lot of names in there, or do we think there's more than one of these sheets of paper?
You feel like, judging from the steals, that there is more. That couldn't have been all the names.
So that's the first time we've seen a chamber like that.
Yeah.
Well, first one here. I mean, we ran into a chamber like that back in Elturel that had like a little pentagram that was like hurting people when they went in there. That's why I was a little tenuous.
Yeah, so there's these like these are all Hellrider urns, Hellrider's remains, and what happened is when they fell in battle, Zariel bound their souls to this crypt so they stay in hell forever, and by disrupting these pentagrams, then you're releasing their souls into the afterlife. If you can strike their name from this memorial steel. Nico tried to strike their name, but he got charged full of necrotic energy, so you're trying to release the necromantic energy so you can strike away everyone's names and let them pass on.
We should try to find more of those rooms and free the souls. And Raven, you're fat. You should go on a diet. You're heavy, you son of a friend. Huh.
Seems pretty convincing to me. Wow, this room seems like a funky shape.
Yeah, it's a very irregular shaped room. It's just lined with more urns.
And once over, see if we see any other fancy places.
Take a real good look. You don't see anything of interest, just dust. No secret doors in the walls. The hallway continues on westward. And yeah, you can pretty much account for just about every single name on these stills with these amount of urns. There is must be hundreds of them. There's more. There's another room full of them.
Man, this was like all budget burials. I'm not happy with this. These guys were heroes. They should be better than just jars.
It's an ossuary.
This one says Heinz.
I'm gonna take a check, look around, see if there's anything. You know, the fact we found a couple hidden rooms already. See if we can find another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is going to cast light on herself.
Okay. Alright, you take a careful look around at all the walls here. Everyone's searching, trying to look for another ritual room. And you're not seeing anything. Just the dust built up on the urns, the smell of grave dust. That fog is swirling around.
How long does a charge on that wand last?
It's instantaneous.
Yeah, you do it, bam, and you get the reading.
Oh, then
Alright,
there's
as you
like
guys
8.
move through this area, you see some more alcoves in the walls, and this has something new that you haven't seen before in the recesses. There are these iron burial caskets just laying here, and each one has a single healthy red rose sitting on its lid.
Are there any names?
Yeah. They bear the names of some noted warriors. Not Zariel's generals, but this one says Barry Mantlemorn.
The captains.
Yeah, just captains. So they
Barry Manilow?
Barry Mantlemorn.
This one over here. Anybody special?
Their name is Sconce
Bob Murphy.
Pickhandle.
Yeah, don't want any for it.
And Sofa. Sofa Sticks.
Sofa King. Alright. Same, Lulus, do you know anything special about these roses or the peoples that get roses?
They're friends. You should only give roses to friends.
Luna doesn't realize any significance of the rose, but I mean the rose it's healthy.
I'm gonna try and I don't know. I don't really want to desecrate things either. Is there anything I want to feel? Is there like a force field or something here that helps make it grow? Like, how is that even possible?
If you think it's magical, then you'll need to detect magic.
Alright, we'll come back. Put a pin in this one as a place to...
Have we checked this room for secret doors?
I haven't yet, no.
You guys can make another perception check. Take a look around, examining all the walls carefully, and you don't see any secret doors, just dust and cobwebs. And fiendish spiders.
Are there roses on these ones too?
There are more knights caskets, and they just bear the names of some of the prestige knight hell riders that waded into battle with Zariel. Fresh,
around in here.
healthy red roses. This room has a nice looking lance hanging on the wall. It's like proudly hanging up on hooks. It's polished, it's been looked after, and looking around, it's full of urns as well. Take a careful look around, and you're not noticing anything of interest. No secret doors here.
This one probably goes back to the other that was north.
Heading back around here,
Yeah.
you see a room full of scorch marks. This is where the mummies were.
Alright, and I'm back the other way. Running out of space in here.
Right, guys, head up to the northwest. Head around the corner, and there's another funerary chamber. This one has a number of long swords presented in weapon racks, and then a large mace hanging on the wall next to the long swords. So some shields also hanging on the walls above the urns. More weapons that these Hell Riders used presented here. Take a careful look around for more secret doors, and you don't see anything here.
Raven, where did you go? You're in a wall or something. Lose weight, you fat bastard, you fell through the floor.
Oh, this is the entrance here? Okay.
Yeah, and this leads back around to the entrance.
Okay, so I think then we're going to have to use the wand in some of these rooms. I guess we could start at this one. So I'm going to use a Wando Secrets. Let me make a little checkbox for that. Hold on.
Is there a radius on that? Or?
30 feet.
Okay.
It will definitely cover one of these rooms. I use a charge, and you don't get any response from the wand.
Alright, let me, let's go see if I can stand somewhere where I see both those little chambers in the other end of this.
I can cast Detect Magic as a ritual again, too, if you guys can kind of watch my back for 10 minutes.
Let's hit this up real fast, because it's quick, and then we can do the... I can cast Detect Magic, too.
You stand in the middle of this room and hold out the wand, expecting to try and find some sort of secret door in the walls. And you actually get a pulse from the wand, and it points you in this direction, southeast.
Okay, let me go look at that first tomb then to see if it moves or whatever. Like this one first. Let's look at these guys.
Yeah, it's pointing right at this area. You can make a perception check, Nico.
Yeah, I'll sneak around behind.
Any advantage?
Hey, there's something weird over here, guys.
Yeah, you can see that behind this sarcophagus is a secret door. You can see the same arch crack.
Alright, I'm gonna climb over the sarcophagus because it's too heavy to move. I got like really little spaghetti arms.
Alright, Nico, make me an acrobatics check when you climb across. Alright, you move across. You are stepping on the sarcophagus, but you are careful not to touch the rose, not to disturb it or crush it, because you feel like that would be mean. And I've messed up the dynamic lighting here, but basically you push the wall open and you've got an identical ritual room here. You can see the bloody circle on the ground with the rest of the names. You can do a bonfire, and when you do that, you burn them all away, doing the same process as last time. 3 ghostly warriors rise up from the urns in a nearby room. There's ghostly hell riders on the back of war horses. They look thoroughly tainted. One of them speaks to you all. We felt that. Like a weight has been lifted off our shoulders. Please, save us. And then they just fade back away.
Okay, so that was good.
Looks like we're on the right track.
Maybe now we can scratch the things, or do we? Maybe there's one more ritual room. I don't know. One of those two things.
As you guys look
I don't know
over,
if that was it.
You see like a large number of ghosts start to gather near you guys. They all look like hell riders, fallen, ghostly, translucent. They don't say anything. They just start to congregate here in a ghostly procession and stare at you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna go erase your names from the other thing now. So just try not to like zap me while I'm going through or something.
They start to follow you, hovering above the ground.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back past the beginning.
More of them rise up from the urns, and they continue following you, moving through people if needed. More of them gather. More rise up from more urns. And others come from other rooms to follow you. They join the ghostly procession as they march behind you. And even more of them rise up. And you return to the room of the memorial stills, and you look around to just see like 50 or so ghostly warriors gathering here.
Okay, I'll start striking names, I guess, over from down here.
Alright, this
I'll
time...
steal myself.
This time when you slash through the names and etch them out with a dagger, you're not hit with any necrotic energy. And one by one, as you scratch away the names, the knights fade from view.
In peace, says Lulu.
Each one breathes a sigh of relief as you strike the final name off. However, when it comes to the plaque bearing the names of the generals, nothing you can do can scratch their names off.
Well, we did what we could do. I think that's good.
As you do this, you feel a warm light wash through you, and you all become blessed. Raven, your curse is also lifted.
Ooh.
Nice.
And you wake up on 1 hit point, and you're also blessed. So, plus 1d4 on attack rolls and saving throws. I'll let you know when that expires.
Alright. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I'm gonna use my healing light on Raven.
I'll take Lulu back. And for a heaps of good role playing this session, everyone gets DM inspiration too. Especially you, Raven, with that Lulu. That was brought a tear to my eye.
Oh, there you go. Alright, so he was dropping healing something thingy?
Healing light. Yo.
Okay.
$15
15
there.
Yeah, that's good. Every little bit helps. You know what? I'll drop 66 of those too.
Well, I mean, so we probably could start heading out on the war machines, and we could take like a little rest while we're there. Yeah.
Have we used the one in this room? Or have we searched for secret doors in this room?
Feel like we got the secrets in here. I'm not opposed to that, but I feel like the secret doors up here was the place, the way to go.
Yeah, this is a room that's been searched already, and you
Okay.
met one of Zariel's fallen generals, Elanthius the Death Knight, who's told you that he'll help you combat Zariel if you can create a distraction by unleashing a demon lord that Zariel had robbed.
Did he tell us where that demon lord was?
Yeah. You'll see it on the map.
Okay.
Alright, you guys head out. As you, you guys can move to the exit, actually. You can just manually move over there, because there's something to see out the front.
I go say bye to him. Bye, General. Have a good day. It's gonna be lonely here now.
He's reading a book called
Penthouse Letters.
Gale Letters. He slams the door shut. You mind?
Good. Just wanted to let you know you have lots of time to yourself here. Do whatever you want.
Don't read my book again. The pages are stuck together because it's humid down here.
Yes.
Alright, yeah, the door is actually shut when you come back, Nico, but you just say for glory and it opens again.
For glory holes.
As you exit out the front, your Gorguts is waiting here, but there's also a wooden chariot with two Gorgons surmounting it.
What's a Gorgon? Is that the snake-headed lady?
Metal balls that petrify people.
Oh.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to look at them.
And there's a wooden chariot there. And you guys notice that there's a spindle that goes from the chariot to the Gorgons to attach to the stirrups and reins and whatnot. The tack. And it's an adamantine spindle.
There's one.
Well, we made a deal, so he was going to give us that when we freed that other thing.
Oh, do you think that's his ride? Could be someone else.
Pretty much guessing.
Yeah, but guessing.
The number plate is 07 Antheus.
It's kind of not a good science.
Look, he's been pretty solids on us, and we might even get him his helps later on. It's good to know where it is. I don't think we need to grab it right at the very moment. It's not like having one more would help us that much more.
True. All right.
I mean, it's mostly knowing where it is. That's the important things. And he has a plans to help us out, and I think we want to keep him on our good side, and like unhitching his ride is not probably the way to go with that.
If Alan was here, he'd probably just steal it. Alright, so let's move on to the map. Alright, you guys jump in, load up in the Gorguts, and you leave the Crypt of the Hellriders. You take a look at your map, and Alanthius didn't specify where you would find Kochichi, but a quick look at the map in the top right hand corner and you can have a pretty good guess of where
Mir
it is.
Mestibar?
The one that says goat cheese maw. Wow, I butchered the spelling of that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't know how to spell it without seeing it. Kochichi. So yeah, so you've also learnt that if you use the Arches of Ulloc, then you can pretty much get to any location in Avernus you want, guaranteed.
Now we just gotta find an Arch of Ulloc.
All you need to do is find your way there.
And how do we use them to get back?
You don't, but that's
It's a one-way
fine.
trip, so then we gotta find one again.
But
Or you just find the same one.
he's given you directions to the Arches of Ulloc.
Like GPS coordinates?
Sounds like a native guide to me. Let's go.
Alright. You guys head to the Arches of Ulloc. And this time when you travel Avernus, it's made the most sense it ever has. You burn through 2 hours of soul fuel, and you don't even need to navigate. You just arrive at the arches, as if there are supernatural beings watching over you, guiding your journey. A couple of hours later, if anyone wants to take a short rest, you guys can. A couple of hours later, the cartographer from the map, he opens his map face and he speaks. Only fools step through Ulloc's gates. They lead to nowhere a wise person wants to go. And you see these two ornate black arches dominating the scorched landscape for miles. Each one is 39 feet tall. They rise up to form an arch. The air is stiflingly hot. There's a small tributary of the river Styx, and every inch of the stonework for the arch is engraved with infernal runes. Beyond the arch, there is a circular teleportation circle. You've just pulled up now.
Didn't he just say speak friend and then it will... Oh no, I mean, think where we want to go and drive into it?
Already, as you've gotten closer, it started to hum. And it's getting louder and louder as you get closer and closer.
Okay, where are we going? Are we going to Mahadi so we don't get exhausted? Have a night's sleep?
I mean, I wasn't planning on it. I was planning to go to get the coochie coochie. But
I have a feeling we're gonna need to sleep soon, and feeling really exhausted and stuff. But
I don't got any soul coins to spend the nights. How many do we got floating around here?
You got 25.
You can use me as a pillow if you want, Raven. I'm nice and soft.
oh, thanks. I just keep having this dream about being called fat or something there. It'll make it nice to have a friend like you near. It'll comfort me.
I'm your best friend.
Huh.
I mean, what's everyone else thinks? I know.
Is anyone really tapped?
You know, I'm kind of in the middle.
Alright, then where are we gonna go? Which rod are we gonna go after then?
Why don't we go finish this rod and go freeze the Kochichi?
Because I don't think we're supposed to do that yet. I think we're supposed to do that when we get closer to being ready to confront Sariel.
Like, literally, he explains the whole thing, that it's gonna, like, take weeks for them to do it, and it'll act as a distraction the whole time.
Yeah, Kochichi will probably go about, like, rallying demons, and Zariel will become aware of that, and then she'll be meticulously planning a counterattack, and these things take time.
Yeah, alright. I must have been unconscious when that happened.
A demon can't simply waltz up to Zariel and get to her. They need an army behind them.
Alrighty.
Alright, let's head that way.
Let's go to the Monchichis.
Alright, you're getting closer. And he said that you need to like think of a location.
Thinking of Kochichi's maw.
Kochichi!
You're thinking of Kochichi's Moor or Kochichi's Moor? Are you thinking about his actual moor or the location?
Thinking of the location. Although, actually, don't we? But the yeah.
Wait a minute, or his ma. She's nasty.
Kochichi's Ma. Alright, so you guys are getting closer, and these infernal runes are really starting to glow, and the arches are humming. Getting louder and louder as you
Why do I
guys get
feel
closer.
like we're mosquitoes going to a bug zapper?
Everyone's thinking of Kochichi's Moor. And what do you guys do? There's like nothing showing up. There's just arches, and then there is this teleportation circle, and then there's just like the river Styx.
We drive through to the teleportation circle.
Okay. How fast are you going?
Close.
88 miles
No,
an hour?
there you go.
Running speed.
Okay, you're going 88
Impulse.
miles an hour. And you cruise up, and it really looks like you're just going to hit the river Styx. And these, you pass through the gates, and those runes just really light up. And then this massive gate of fire, 100 feet high, just springs up, and you go straight into it. Immediately, the driver of the vehicle needs to make a strength save with the vehicle.
Am I driving? I don't
Yes.
remember. Who's
Yeah,
Barkle.
I think you're the designated driver. When you come out of this portal, it is rough. It is really rough. You're just like smashing your wheels on volcanic uneven rock.
know how to pull up the sheet. Where is it down in the info thing?
I'll bring it up for you. Demon Grind.
So I got that.
+4. You handle it really well. Because you've just arrived in this like volcanic hellscape of such uneven ground. The entire vehicle is just juddering wildly, and you have to like pull it up and prevent yourself from falling into a pit.
You're just scared so shitless your arms locked.
And you've basically brought it to a complete halt. As you look around you, there's a lot of volcanic activity. You see massive, towering volcanoes just spewing forth black smoke. The volcanoes and the very ground around you grumbles. Lava is being spewed up from holes in the ground, up into the hateful sky. And the air is trembling with the bellowing of some monstrous creature in the depths of a chasm ahead of you. Because my haka! There's some yelling out in giant, and it is loud, this massive guttural cry of anguish and frustration.
My cat's name is Mittens.
Alright, you've pulled up. It's quite volcanic around this area. You may need to make an acrobatics check if you're getting out right here.
So we can drive closer?
Yeah, you can drive a bit closer. You park her up, and this is like the main hazard that you're trying to not hit. It's about 10 feet wide. It's a chasm. a dark chasm just gaping between all of these volcanoes, and that is where that bellowing is coming from.
So, I'll get out on this side and kind of look down over the edge.
Alright, it is fairly sheer. It's steep and treacherous. There are handholds and footholds, but it looks dangerous and you cannot see the bottom, even with your superior dark vision. Do you have superior dark vision? Double
I don't think I do.
Alright, well, with your regular dark vision, 60 feet, you cannot see the bottom.
I'll see your 60 and double it.
Alright, Raven, you peek down, and even with your perfect 120 vision, you don't see the bottom of this chasm. The deep rift in the crust of Avernus.
Hello, titty doo woodoo.
Your voice is so tiny. Even with the echoes of this great chasm, it is lost and overtaken by these guttural cries. And then there's some call outs in giant. Sorry, they go from a giant to abyssal. Does anyone speak abyssal?
I do.
Free me! Bring me my hammer!
We're trying.
Free me!
Where's your hammer? Where's your hammer?
The voice is so monstrous and so deep, and your voice is so futile, you don't think that Gochichi hears you.
I'm going to write a note that says, "Shut the hell up, you stupid dweeb, and talk to me," and drop it down.
The piece of parchment, it just kind of falls down and disappears into darkness.
That was really your plan?
Yeah?
Raven, that's mean!
Lulu slaps you over the head.
What?
Didn't your mother ever teach you? You should treat demon lords how you want to be treated.
And sending a polite note saying, "Quiet so we can help you." I'm trying to help him.
I thought you might have read something mean.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
so
why don't see if you can fly down, Lulu, and talk to him.
Make a persuasion check if you want Lulu to go down.
Hey, maybe you can get to the bottom of that. LMNOP.
No way. If there's a demon lord down there, he's gonna gobble me up.
Well, just treat him like you'd want him to treat you.
When it comes to evil, well, they don't deserve.
you want to gobble it up?
I just wanna. I'd like to see him chained up, and then kick his butt, and breathe my breath all over his face, and.
Wow. Lulu, I didn't think you had a mean bone in your body.
I don't.
Not necessarily mean bones, for evil things.
Shouldn't evil be embraced and taught the ways of goodness so they can be redeemed instead of beaten? Power, friendship, and all.
That's one of the last things Zaro said to me. When she became devil, her halo was replaced with a ring of fire. This is who I am, she told me. When demons die, they cry out my name in terror. And now look at her.
So, yeah. Anybody else want to go down?
It means, can't we flies or something? Anybody got like a fly or a feather fall? I mean, I can go down and probably bring one person. Lulu probably could bring someone too. They're small.
And I can help you fly if you want to fly down and try to talk to him.
Can't you make us all fly? So you did it before.
No, I can only make 3 fly.
Oh, I thought it was 4. But 1, 2, 3, and then I could be something. I could turn into something that could fly and take someone else. Means that sounds like a plan or something.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do? Someone
So
you doing fly rave?
who should I carry, and who wants to get the fly spell? Who's getting what?
Who's carrying?
So, Bargle, Otto, and I guess me will get the fly spell.
I'm carrying last time. Is it the same people?
And then Nico can maybe turn into something.
I think I can
And
get
Lulu
something
can
that
help
can
us.
do something too. Giant eagle, I think is what I used last time.
I don't think a giant eagle will fit down a 10-foot wide hole.
It will. It's not 10 feet wide. I mean,
Oh,
its
okay.
wings probably are. But
I don't have to fly. I could be a giant spider and just climb down the side of someone too. And that would work perfectly fine. But flying sounds like much more fun.
Alright, so giant eagle for you, Nico.
Yeah.
Damn.
For one person.
Alright, Nico's a giant eagle. A blessed giant eagle. And who's Ness getting a ride with?
I guess that's who I'm taking.
Okay.
Let's go with Nico, and we put the club on the war machine so that nobody steals it.
Teet.
Alright, you guys, Ness, you jump on Nico's back and you guys fly down. Lulu comes with you. Actually, Lulu says,
You want me to come with you or stay up here? I mean, I don't mind staying up here if you want, so just look out for the vehicle.
Probably should stay with Gorguts. If he goes down there, he'll be like, I want to eat you.
Oh, totally. Oh, yeah. And that's what I'm scared to do a couple of minutes. Okay, that sounds good.
and then you guys just jump off the edge and fly down. And down. Down. And down. It's about 10 feet wide. There's jagged rock everywhere. Down and down you go. 500 feet is how far it is. And finally, you hit the bottom of the chasm. 500 feet below. Where you can see a dim red glow coming from the end of the tunnel to the south here. And those screams are very, very loud. And this chamber is lit up. And you see something big.
Hill giant big?
It looks like a hellhound with 3 heads. The
Spot.
hellhound is covered with metal plates of hellfire iron. You hear the sound of chains being yanked at. Free me! The massive 3-headed hellhound tries to leap at you, Raven, but it has a collar around its neck with 3 chains attached to it that prevents it from moving any closer. Behind the 3-headed hellhound is a chain devil. One of his arms is wrapped in chain, and that extends to the 3 collars of the Cerberus. And behind the Cerberus, there is another figure. the one doing all the screaming. It's a squat hill giant with a demented-looking head. He's knee-deep in some sort of ichor, and he has chains tight around his arms that are tied behind his back. And he screams again, "Zario, you're going to pay!" As he sits in this cavern. The cave's about 20 feet tall. The walls are made from some sort of black stone, and there are these fiendish-looking red tiles on the ground. Lining the walls is also a ledge about 10 feet tall. And perched atop the ledges are hellhounds. Ruff, ruff. They leap down from the ledges. And you can tell that the Cerberus is on the edge of its chain, so it can't simply just rush you guys. And Kochichi contacts you all telepathically. You all hear this screaming voice in your mind in Abyssal. "Free me at once, little creatures! Free me!
Yes, yes.
Free me!"
We're trying, my lord. Stop giving me a headache.
"Free me at once, or I'll crush you!"
Well, if you're going to be that way about it, we'll leave.
If you leave me without freeing me, then I'll be the first one to crush. You'll be the first one I crush when I escape this. Now do as I say, you puny little creature. Release me!
I'd be long dead before I released you, but if we do release you, we want your help against Zariel.
I don't care to help you. Release me! I will get my revenge on Zariel. Release me and you won't be the first one that I go to destroy. It will be Zariel instead. That is the extent of the help. Little, pathetic, puny creatures.
For me. So what do we do? Kill the punk?
This chain devil calls out to you guys as you're having this telepathic conversation. You can tell that he's not really struggling to hold the Cerberus at bay. He seems to have complete control over the chains. And he also has chains firmly attached around Kochichi as well. So he's like standing in the middle of both of them, just standing there. Chains moving around. Some chains dangling around in this tar. He's like standing like in knee-deep tar at the back of the chamber, or ichor. Can't really tell the difference. And is Bargle out of Discord? I didn't even realize. I'll have to Discord.com.
That's the URL for it.
He means to the actual channel.
Oh.
Maybe servers for the lower content.
I'll post an invite to him. I'll send him an invite. I can't post it in the. I can't post it in the chat though. I'll just message him so he knows what's going on.
Yeah, for some reason they get mad if you do.
Alright, well, I think we're pretty much going to wrap it up because you guys are going to want some more party members for this fight anyway.
Yeah.
But basically, before we do wrap up, Maze is just going to say to you all, you shouldn't be here, and that if you attempt to free Kochichi, you will be crossing Zariel, and you will earn her ire. I'm pretty sure you guys don't really care about that.
It's okay, we're old friends.
I'll move Barkle up. So hopefully I have a couple more party members here, Zygon and Alan here. But yeah, we'll wrap it up here for tonight. and
There you go.
we'll do this fight next week because it's a big one.
Cool. All right, guys. See you next week.
All right, everybody, take care. Have a good week.
Yeah, take care, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Good progress on today's session as well. And yeah, good progress. See you guys next time.
All right, thanks.
Later.
Bye bye.